All right, yo, it's GthDCAST, and I'm touring the demigod. I brought you guys here today to talk to you about the plasma-apocalypse, or the plasma apocalypse. Now, what I have speculated since 2019, just internally and intuitively, to be the impending beginning of the end of the world, or the revelations, as they say. I kind of speculated or thought, well, what if 2012 was actually 2021? And then a lot of people kind of got scared or worried or speculated that 2020 was indeed 2012. But I actually came across some information according to the Mayan calendar. And you could look this up and find this online. If you look up the dawning of the sixth sun, you should probably find some information on it. But that would be what the Mayans prophesized to be the new age, or the next becoming of what happens after the apocalypse. Now, the rest of the Mayan calendar was just spoken word, so nothing was really taken into account. A lot of the research that was evident behind that, the spoken word just doesn't get taken into account when it comes to historians or anybody actually taking those sort of things seriously, prophecies. But yeah, indeed, the dawning of the sixth sun, or the black sun, or the dog star. This is supposed to be the return of Saturn. This is the big realignment or conjunction, everything that astrologists and zodiac fanatics talk about, that has been supposed to come with the age of Aquarius since that happened a while back, is now happening. The universe kind of has its own timer for things, and it doesn't necessarily follow any strict rules or guidelines because it's conscious, and it's going to consciously act when it knows it is ready to, or knows someone or some group of people are ready to experience what it has to offer. Here's the thing. Because the cosmos is conscious, it wants to be interpreted in full detail. It needs to be experienced. And so for people to experience something like this, it has to be understood through in and throughout. It won't be enough to just shock and scare people, or to just completely, utterly obliviate everything that us as a collective understand as a reality. So there are a few who are, more on the mystical path, who find themselves privy to sort of, occult information or spiritual intuition, or just being drawn to something more that life has to offer, but they're not receiving from life, because it comes from within, and you must give it to yourself. So I believe that due to the Schumann resonance increasing, as well as the energy spikes, as of April 19th, 2021, there has been a massive energy spike in the planet, and it's coming from within the Earth, and this can be found, just type in Earth energy spikes, or Google's your best friend if you want to check in or double down on that. But I speculate due to this, the Schumann resonance increased early last year, and then rose more and more and more toward the end of the year, peaking past a point that scientists have recorded in recent history. And it's just not being talked about in the news, because all you see is numbers. How many people are getting killed from the virus, or the hospitals, really. So, you know, when you take into account these two things, and understand that the entire cosmos is made up of 99.99, etc. Plasma, then you can understand that it's there. You could at least understand that, you know, plasma is a part of whatever we experience. Now, what is plasma? Plasma is a state of matter that can transmutate, and it's the only form of matter that is transmutable. It can literally change into any form or state. It's a conscious energy in a sort of way. It's just like it's an advanced form of matter. It's like it's the fourth state, plasma, and plasma can be a gaseous, energetic sort of state, or it can be a liquid, where it's pretty much like an ionized sort of liquid, like how the sea would be. The ocean is plasma. Everything is plasma, but salt water, plasma, passes a current very, very easily. Your blood is 95% or 55% of your blood is plasma, and the other 45% is red blood cells and white blood cells. And the way that plasma is extracted from blood is they take your blood in a test tube and they spin it. Have you ever seen those little spinning things? That's them separating the plasma from the blood. They put an enzyme in there, a protein, and it separates the plasma from the blood. So what the Earth is doing right now, on a level that we can't tend to sense, if we weren't recording it by science, we just wouldn't know. But time is actually speeding up. The Earth is actually moving faster in time. This is why anyone that's taken notice to daylight savings has noticed in the past 2 or 3 years or so, the sun just hasn't been in the same position. In other words, it's been shorter days or longer nights or longer days, just seemingly off for years, you know, like a couple years or so. It just hasn't been the same that you remember it from the rest of your life. This is because the Earth is moving at a different speed, but our clocks are still moving at the same rate. And, you know, it's also due to the Earth's central axis wobbling back and forth. So the Earth is literally toppling over right now as we speak. It's in the midst of a polaric shift. So in other words, the North Pole and the South Pole have inverted inside out of the Earth, and now the sphere is following it. Sort of like like if you were to kind of just inside out one of those little water holder things, those little water bottle holders. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. If you go to SeaWorld and you get one of those little squishy things with the blue liquid inside, and it's hollow on the end. It's like that's like a toroidal force, pretty much. When you flip that inside out, it's like you're shifting everything that was inside on the outside. But essentially, it's just the same thing. But that's what the Earth is doing, but magnetically. And so that's going to increase and enhance the ions in the atmosphere. And when that excites, and when that pretty much shifts the negatively charged winds with the positively charged winds, this is how tornadoes are created. hot air and cold air that is just it's just, you know, air moving at different speeds, but they're also holding different electrons. So air and oxygen exchanges electrons back and forth all the time. This is why in hot deserty climates you have just dry storms, or you just have like just electric kind of sparks in the air. You can also see plasma sometimes passing through. I think recently in Texas there was just like a plasma ball that went rolling and destroyed like a big transformer or something. This was like right around the time of the ice age that Texas went through for about a couple days. Whatever weather machines they were aiming at that state, testing on Texas. I guess they wanted to freeze them for a couple days and torture the citizens. And Ted Cruz probably knew about it and flew out, had a plane ticket already. Yeah, the guy. I mean, it's just funny how this stuff all just tends to happen right in front of our faces, and nobody seems to catch notice. But yeah, so the exciting part about this, and what's possible about an upcoming, impending, extreme level of excitement of plasma activity on this planet. What could happen here is, so just to elaborate, when the human DNA is fully unlocked, fully decoded, or I guess they've done some electrical stimulation and sound stimulation on DNA, as well as messing with ultraviolet light in order to see how to unravel DNA and how to unlock it in its most potentiated state. And the research found that when this is done, 100% the DNA is just pure plasma. That it's no longer 45 and 55%, it's just 100% plasma. Now, the reason why you want to take notice of this, because if this is the potential of the human body, this is the potential of the planet. And now that we know this, the planet knows this, and so the planet is ready to evolve. It has been. It's just been trying to remember how to do it. And consciously and subconsciously, humanity has been trying to do the same. So in other words, we're working with the planet is working with us in order to upgrade ourselves. And when you start to unwind and unbind your DNA, it becomes unraveled. It loosens up. It slowly starts to unwind to be looser and more fluid. It starts to just be less rigid, and it also passes more photonic light through it. This is organic photonic light. This is the light that your body produces. This is done in spurts when your body gets very excited, when you experience joy, giddiness, when you have a feeling of happiness that you just can't, when you're so excited you just can't hold it in. That feeling, that's light in your body. That's like light vibrating when you're, if you can think back and remember to a time when it's right before Hanukkah morning or Christmas morning or your birthday, and you're excited for a gift that you asked for, that you're going to get by the shape of the box, or maybe it's just a couple days before, and you see a big box and it's this thing that you asked for, but you got to act like you don't know. That feeling, that's joy. That's genuine, because it's like you being caught off guard by something that is going to, it's the expectation. The thing is not going to make you that happy, but that feeling, that anxiousness, that is where the magic is. That's the feeling that your body unwinds DNA with. at the highest level, I think. And yeah, it's almost like a love for excitement, like you're being so excited, but you want to induce the excitement by saying, okay, maybe it's not that, maybe it's not a PlayStation 5. So yeah, this is this is going to be something that could possibly revolutionize science. Hard light is going to be a new thing, I expect. Plasma is a liquid light. It is hard light. So once it's able to be harnessed by scientists safely, there will without a doubt be a high-tech use for it, probably military grade first, and then maybe we'll get some cool TVs in the long run. So why am I telling you this? This is very important because when you start to induce your own plasma throughout your body, when you start to increase your neurological state, when you become more body conscious, what's going to help you achieve this is deep stimulation training, being able to tensify your muscles, strengthen your muscles, not to a point where you're straining yourself too much, but enough strain to where you have control, and then slowly unravel, slowly decrease that so much to where you have little to no feeling in your muscles at all with your neurons. In other words, just relax so calmly, so tensely, relax all the way to the center of your bones. Do this over and over again throughout your entire body with as many muscles as you can, standing up, sitting down, laying down, squatting, walking. Do this throughout your daily life with your hands, your neck, your shoulders, your back, your legs, your thighs, ankles, knees, and this will help you neurologically, energetically, and plasmatically. I was trying to find a word for plasma and something cool, but yeah, plasmatically. This is going to help you pass yourself through yourself, and this is going to help you strengthen your aura, okay? And when you strengthen your aura, you create an electromagnetic field around yourself. The shield around the planet is an electromagnetic one, and that has been protecting the sun's plasma from penetrating the earth and completely wiping us out. So this is going to be your shield from the impending plasma storm, but also understand that your body is going to transmutate if it gets struck by plasma, if your own kundalini energy, which is your own inner plasma, if that opens up and unlocks, this is why people spontaneously combust. It's fire. Plasma is fire. It's literally a fire from within being blocked, or it gets to the point where it gets so heated, the energy centers are not unlocked in that person to where they burn from the inside out. That's why it's just the kneecaps that you see. You just see the shins of that person and the arms, because it's literally the spine that's lighting on fire. The arms, they might get the forearms and the thighs a little bit, but it's the spine that's lighting on fire from the inside out. That's plasma. That's our human plasma energy. That's what we can do. And yeah, this is what is going to potentiate for us during this thing. So this is the information that I have tapped into, tuned into, understood for myself, and have researched and found out to be proven, at least to be proven in the start of, through science. So if this is something that resonates, if this is something that you can visualize and understand, or if this is something that you can feel that you have been through already, just understand that you can do something to survive this. and it's called evolving. And you just have to be conscious. You just have to be ready. You just have to be open, willing to accept that there is a new version of you that is much healthier, much wiser, much closer to God, much truer to who you truly are than you could ever know. And it's just you, plus you. So peace be with you. I hope you like this video. And if you don't like this video, and if this is not for you, then I understand, and I hope someday that it will. I hope someday that truly will be, because these messages are for everybody. This is just me sharing what I have come to understand to be the truth, so that, you know, everybody feels that they aren't crazy themselves, because I know other people are having thoughts, having dreams, having visions, and coming to understand things that are very, very new to them, and you're not alone. You're a demigod.